Recording? Jason, what is even the point of you?
Hello, welcome to our newest show, Autism Parenting Q&A, where we ask one question to multiple families. In this case, we're asking, what would you like people to know about autism? And we asked 4 families, sort of 6 people, we'll just say 4 families. We asked 4 families with children on the spectrum to see what they had to say. First up, we have my wife, Leah Love, and who runs AutismAlamode.com. What would you like people to know about autism?
That it's not an end. It's just a branching off point. Jason.
Do you want to elaborate?
No, I don't want to elaborate.
She doesn't, for some reason, want to elaborate, but I totally understand what she's saying. And I think it's easy to see a family with a child on the spectrum and not see the full picture and think, oh, they have a child on the spectrum, and not realize that each child is an individual. Every child on the spectrum is an individual. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses, and some weaknesses that are strengths and some strengths that are weaknesses, and just like any child. So that I just thought I'd sort of give my perspective on Leah's answer.
I'm Cindy Schultz, and this is my son Gavin, and I am his mother, and I also do Autism Solution Pieces, which is a nonprofit here in Racine, and we help families all over the state of Wisconsin with resources and things that they need to be able to navigate the autism world. What do you think? Oh boy. What do you want people to know about autism? That's spelled right.
It is challenging.
Challenging, I think, is what you meant. Challenging. It is challenging. Yes. It is better some days and harder other days, isn't it? What else do you think that people need to know about autism?
For it is better for some to learn fast and harder for others.
That's right. It's like a spectrum. So some of you are very severe, and then others are not quite so severe, and they learn quicker then, don't they? But it's hard for, everything's has got to be baby steps. Even with this rapid prompting method that he learned how, it's a long process to get him to where he's at right now. Right, Gav?
Up.
I know.
H-O-P. Don't give up hope.
Don't give up hope. No, you just have to keep going. Every day is a new day. I laugh at people when they're like, oh, what do you got planned for, next month or whatever? I'm like, I get through the day. Let me just get through the day or the week. It's like, don't, some days, but you do really well. You've come a long way.
I guess same question, but to you, Cindy. What do you think people need to know?
Well, now that he's older, or that these kids all grow up, and then they need to find employment and things like that, and the community has got to realize that, there's going to be many, many, many of these kids coming. There's a lot already in the schools that they're trying to, deal with how to, handle that and things like that, but they're going to be out in the world someday looking for employment too. So that's our struggle right now, is trying to find him a job that he's going to be successful at and do good at. And the older we get, I'm 60 and my husband's, 64, it's scary, because then what's going to happen to them when we're gone? And, these group homes, you hear so many things about how, oh yeah, it's a good place. And then you get your child there and then, behaviors happen or they're abused or things like that. So that's the scary part for us right now at our, stage of the game. But yeah, there's just more education needs to be out there so that families know what like what we've done with Gavin to get him where he's at, and everybody can do whatever they want to do, and what works for them, because it's basically, your life and what you can handle and do. So we just try not to let any stone unturned, right, Gab? Try to do it all the best we can to help people.
My name is Brad Krause. I'm an animator and illustrator here in Milwaukee. I have a son who is 22, who's on the spectrum, and a daughter who is 17, and she may or may not be on the spectrum.
What would you like people to know about autism?
I'll either have to sit here and think a long time or ramble a bit before I arrive at an answer for that one. Because I don't think about it much anymore. I don't know, autism is just, everybody seems to know everything they need to know at this point. It seems to me that there's just so much information out there that nobody's really wanting. It's like, what do you want people to know about art? Watch a YouTube video, watch a million YouTube videos. Everything you might need to study or know about is pretty much out there. I guess for me, it was, I would, as an adult, I'd meet parents of say, Down syndrome kids, and I would just ask myself, how do you deal with that? How do you show, how do you exchange, how do you talk to someone in that situation? And then when I heard about autism, I felt the same way. It's like, it just seems overwhelming. But the fact is, it just, they're a person and they grow on you, and you learn quite quickly to not see the difficulties as anything but their nature. And it's your guy or your girl, and you're just helping them, all you can. You're talking to them. They're just a person. They come down for breakfast, and you ask them what they want for breakfast. You help them plan their day. It just ends up being just normal everyday life, just with a little bit of extra work, maybe a lot of extra work.
So we're parents of 3 children with autism, and we're very stressed out. It's not easy. They're very cheeky, as you can hear in the background, and we love them to death.
Recording.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Regardless.
Didn't even know.
That's the whole point.
We're Kurt and Tina. We've got 3 kids with ASD. Malachi 5, Aaliyah 3, and Destiny 2. Would you like to know what people to know about autism? Other people's awareness. ASD is not a disease. It's, just other people. It's a constant reminder when you go to the shops and the kids are having meltdowns or just being louder than usual. It's other people just not knowing, not, thinking, rather than, you should, keep your child quiet. So, well, this is normal.
For us.
Yeah, for us.
Big thank you for all the parents who agreed to be on today's show. We have a lot more to come, and we would like your questions. So leave those questions in the comments, subscribe, and we will see you again shortly.